Hi everyone, Rosie here at PND and Me. Just wanted to explain PND Hour to anybody who's a little bit worried about joining in. It's every Wednesday, 8 till 9 pm. At the moment, Cook's Ferry Queen, Laura, is doing it for us. Um, and every week we have a different topic. We cover things from antenatal depression, anxiety, PND, and everything in between, basically. We've been going for nearly 3 years. We have a big variety of professionals and mums who are currently suffering and who are in recovery, as it were, from all across the UK and occasionally across the world too, which is fantastic. The unique thing about P&D Hour is, I think, the honesty and the continual support that everybody gets, and it's not just 1 hour. Quite a lot of people will make friendships from it as well, so they can actually gain support from their peers during the week. But actually quite a lot of people look forward to the hour as well once they discover it and realise how beneficial it can be and how it can really help with that isolation that you feel when you've got postnatal depression. It's just something to look forward to during the week once the baby's in bed, hopefully. Um, and then, you can chat with like-minded people. There's no judgment. It's completely supportive. We've been very lucky not to have any trolls, as it were, to come in there and destroy our lovely little community. So we've been very lucky there. So you don't have to worry about any of that. The good thing about Twitter as well is it's obviously anonymous, which you don't have with Facebook. So a lot of people find that quite reassuring, so they can share quite intimate parts of their PND and intrusive thoughts and things like that, and know that they're not going to be sort of found out, as it were, if you're somebody that hasn't told perhaps your close friends and family that you are suffering with postnatal depression. So quite a lot of people like the anonymity of it as well, but there's also a lot of people, once they've been joining in for quite a long time, whether it's just by watching what's going on or actually joining in and tweeting, people will then actually reach out to their families and admit that they've got postnatal depression, and it really does reduce the stigma, because then I know of other women who've spoken to friends and family and said, I've got postnatal depression, and they've actually had people going, I do too, I didn't know you did, and oh, I had it 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm now recovered, and I know what you're going through. And I think that's the main thing about PND and Me and PND Hour, is that it makes you know that you're not alone, which is a huge thing, because quite often when you're going through postnatal depression or antenatal depression, you do feel completely alone. You don't think that other women have got this. You think they're all coping. Why am I not coping? What's going on? But actually, quite a lot of women are suffering with postnatal depression. I think it's about 1 in 7. It's a bit hit and miss, because that's only women that have had a diagnosis. There's hundreds of women out there who think they might have postnatal depression, or are pretty convinced that they do, but have never sought the help because they're too scared or worried, or especially worried that their babies are going to get taken away from them, which does not happen. It happens in very rare cases. Your baby's not going to get taken away from you if you go to the GP or tell your health visitor that you think you've got postnatal depression. So back to PND Hour. I think we've had over 5,000 people or something joining in, not all at the same time, because my fingers wouldn't cope with the laptop and the phone, which is amazing. And we do have health visitors and midwives and GPs and various other healthcare professionals who join in and actually gain a lot from it. It helps them improve the way that they treat our mums in the UK with postnatal depression. And recently, P&D and Me was actually added to the Royal College of General Practitioners list of online peer support, which was fantastic. So it's really nice to get the recognition there that actually what PND Hour is doing is helping mums and getting us out there. So if you're a little bit worried about joining in, please don't worry about joining in. We're a lovely, friendly bunch. You'll always be welcomed with open arms, and we know what it's like, and please, please know that you are not alone. Okay, bye.